Round two. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's up, y'all? Yeah, man, when I tried to put the camera on my face, it kept telling me connection was bad, man. So I don't know. Maybe I need to update the version of YouTube that I got on my phone. What's good, Rainy Boss? What's up? Wait till a few more people join the chat, man. Want to talk about Parker and him giving Anthony Joshua what they saying that they want 60-40 for that fight. Just want to give my quick opinion about that. Want to talk about Whyte and Miller and talk about the prospect Vlad Sirenko. So wait till a few more people get up in here. What's good? St. Cruising, what's good, man? Yes, sir, you made this one. Zia, what's up, Mr. Box? What's up, man? Let me turn down this Tupac before I mess around and get a copyright. They can tell me I'm stealing somebody's music. HT Logistics, what's up, man? Peanut butter and crackers was good. I'm going to Chi-Town Grill. What's good, man? Shout out to the Chi-Town, especially the South Side. Try to do one of these live streams a little bit earlier in the day. I want to accommodate the UK fans too, man, because believe it or not, when I look at my analytics, man, 42% of my, I think I got close to like 7 million views. So thanks for y'all, tuning in to even take my opinion serious, man. But about 42% of my views come from the UK. So one of these times, man, I'm going to try to do it earlier. Black Fight Fan TV, what's the deal, man? Already. What's good, Black Fight Fan? Yeah, man, waiting for a few more people to get up in here. Want to just talk about Jarrell Miller, Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker. And I caught your video too, Black Fight Fan. Want to give my opinion on that Parker saying that he needs 40% or whatever it is. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I got one of the best boxing channels. Surely appreciate that. Like I say, man, I don't think the YouTube uploaders, man, we get enough credit because we bring a lot of entertainment, especially in between fights. We bring a lot of entertainment to the sport, man. People think YouTube is like this little small sector, and really, I mean, we ain't getting millions of views on every video. I'm not saying that, but boxing is a niche sport in certain countries, and we don't have all these shows, where you getting just boxing commentary like that. I know back in the day I had to wait for Ring Magazine and all that to hear Bert Sugar's opinion about stuff, and maybe you'll catch an interview here and there. So now you got a lot of knowledgeable cats, man. These boxing writers aren't the only knowledgeable fans out there, because they're still fans at the end of the day. I know they have a profession, but a lot of them, some of them just took journalism in college and then start writing about the sport. But there's some fans out there that's very knowledgeable, man. I'm willing to put up my knowledge about this current heavyweight scene up there with anybody in the world. And I'm just being honest. I don't care who you work for. Showtime, HBO, Sky, ESPN, Ring Magazine. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? I'm willing to put mine up against anybody. But what I'm saying is I think we don't get enough credit, man. We bring a lot of entertainment to the sport. And YouTube gets billions of views, man. So it's not like this is some platform where, you know what I mean, there's only like a few thousand people. There's millions of people that create content. We bring a lot of entertainment in between these fights, man. A lot of it. So applause to us, the uploaders. And I don't care if you is an uploader that disagree with damn near all my content. It's entertainment and we bring it, man. To the point where these fighters and trainers watch our videos. I don't want to do no name dropping, but man, they watch our vids, man. Like I ended my last live stream off, and I'm gonna get to the topic. But I ended my last live stream off telling you that HBO sent me an email about one of my videos. It was the Jarrell Miller Klitschko sparring footage I put up. Shouts out to Jarrell. He ended up giving me that. He emailed me that footage, and I put it up. And they wanted to air it before the Whyte fight. Just, use a little few seconds of it. But they said the way it was recorded, they couldn't use it. Because when I got that damn email from HBO, I'm like, oh, fuck. Man, whenever I get them type of emails, I'm thinking it's going to be some type of copyright claim. I read the email and I passed the information along to Jarrell a few days before the fight. But I watched the fight. They didn't use any of the footage. And that's how I get to know a lot of these fighters, man. They watch my vids. And I don't even know these guys from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my honest opinion about pros and cons from a fan point of view, and they respect it. You know, so now that I got a few people in here, I ain't expecting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, man. Because like I said, half my damn views come from the UK, so I know the time difference is a little bit off. And the reason that is, if some of you guys wonder, like, hey, but you're an American uploader, it's because of the content I put out. I talk about a lot of European fighters, you know, so they draw more into that. And it's always been like that since I've been on the YouTube, man. It is what it is, though. I make this for me, you know what I mean? So, yeah, hit that like button, man. Give me a, what fighter can I use that? Give me a Joe Frazier when he duck under, come back up with a left hook to that like button. Beat the hell out that like button. If you got multiple accounts, go to your other account and hit the like button on that account too. Let me turn down this Tupac, man, before I get a copyright. All right. This is enough right here, man. I'm going to just shoot from the hip right here. Vince, what's good, man? Cones. Every time I see you, bro, I'm going to say Cones. Vince be out there killing in that Drew League, man. For y'all hoop heads out there, the Drew League is one of the best summer basketball leagues in the world. I'm willing to put money on it. I ain't playing it, but just from the talent that I see out there. But anyways, man, let me get to this. Let me start with Parker first. He's saying he won 40%. That shit sounds crazy. let me just say that off the top. It sounds pretty crazy. And but you know, I can't get mad at these dudes, man, if they don't want to take less than Charles Martin. Now, some of you may say, well, at that point in time, Mr. Boxing, you know, Hearn and those guys were just willing to get the first title shot, and then once they got the title, they know that they'll, you know, make their money back, so on and so forth. So they went out on a limb on that one, and I agree to that point. But then again, though, I mean, we can't just overlook that some of these guys, in my opinion, are bringing more to the table than Martin, being that Martin literally won the title against Glasgow. It's not his fault that Glasgow messed up his knee. Even the action that did take place, I had Martin winning the fight, although a lot wasn't happening. But a lot, you know, these dudes have made some successful title defenses, although not over the top impressive. But to me, they bring more to the table than Charles Martin. But I understand why Hearn and them made that money move. But I think fair, you know, anywhere from 30 to 35%. Somewhere in there. If you think 35, if you think a little bit more, somewhere in there, man. That's what I think. Now, some people may say, hey, but that 20% can be more than what Parker would make if he just takes it. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. Cool 100 TV was good, bro. But and everybody else is joining, man. But we don't really know that. And I damn sure if I was Parker, I wouldn't want to make less than fucking Charles Martin. You know what I'm saying? Just from what we've seen, Parker gives me the opinion that he will bring more of a fight to the table. If he loses the fight, he won't be smiling and willing to make a, you know, warm, soft place on the canvas and then get up and collect his check. So based on that, based on his title defenses, and he does have a little following out there in New Zealand. He has more people following him and willing to probably fly out to see him than Charles Martin ever had. Again, we can go back to the point that Mr. Boxing, they went out there on the limb to get that title from Martin because they knew the upside once they got it. I understand that part of business, but if I was Parker, I damn sure wouldn't want to make less than Martin. Hear what I said, less. If they can match that and they're happy with that, that's fine too, but damn sure not less than Charles Martin. And Charles, if you listen to this, bro, I'm just going off the way you performed in that fight. I know you're trying to get your get back right now, and you coming back, you have some tune-up fights. I heard you say you want to fight Jarrell Miller, but that night, though, bro, you just look like you really didn't want to be there. Is what they call it over there, what them UK boys call it, the Dragon's Lair or whatever the hell? Or do they say that's the Wembley? So that's my opinion on Parker, man. Is he an over-the-top sensation as far as his character? And he's going to bring... Nah, he's going to be a gentleman, and it's going to be one of the most boring press conferences. Doesn't mean that they can't have a good fight. But as far as pressers and going back and forth, it's going to be mild. Just put it like that. You know what I mean? It's going to be real mild. So it won't be like he's going to bring this crazy buzz because of that. Nah, just the fact that, to me, he's shown his mettle, man, as far as his title defense. At least he made some damn successful ones. And the ones that he made, I'm not sure Charles Martin could beat the guys that Parker's fought, with the exception maybe Kajanu. But shit, I'm not sure Martin can beat Huey Fury or Who else did he fight? Kajanu, Huey Fury. Even when he fought Ruiz Jr. for the title, I'm not sure Martin can beat him. So just based on that, man, I think that Parker should at least get between 30 to 35%, and he shouldn't be taking less than Martin. That's an insult. If I'm Faraz was good, bro. David G was good. If I'm Wilder or Parker, I damn sure won't do that. All right, so that's my opinion on Parker, man. And then I think they said something about 50-50 with Wilder. That's a different video. Hey, I'm gonna do another. This guy left a message on the last hangout I did, and he was asking me to break down Wilder versus Joshua. He wanted to know like the comparison in weight, the 220 pounds compared to the 250 plus by Joshua, the athleticism, the strengths, weaknesses. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna go live, get my opinion on it, spend about 20 minutes breaking down each question you ask me, man, and then I'm gonna try to bring in some callers or bring in some people on the live, and then we can go back and forth. So I kind of want to do it in that type of way, but I'm definitely going to do that one. So if you listen to this chin up, that's going to be the next episode I do. Dave Magar says, do you think Junior Fa has a big future? Heavyweight division, he has heavy hands. He looked pretty impressive in his last fight. Did what he had to do. Anything can happen, yo. Anything can happen. Right now, it's just the guys that are at the top. Until they start fighting some of them guys, we really don't know. But he definitely has a chance. Whenever you 6'6", 260 pounds, and you got a mean streak in you, you're going to have somewhat of a chance. And he has the experience. World Series of Boxing, pretty good on his feet. Walter Martinez was good, man. All right, so Clint was good. He says, how far do you think Parker can grow with Kevin Berry, Mr. Boxing Day? Do you think Duke and Berry are holding JP back from his true potential? You know, man, I'm not a big believer on jumping ship. You know what I mean? So fast. I mean, shit, they got him to where he's at. Now, sometimes you can maybe have people come and add to the camp. But tell you the truth, Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace, he ain't around no more. He was a genius with the heavyweights. If you jumping ship to go to Emmanuel, then I'll probably be a little bit lenient. But now, to be honest with you though, man, that's up to JP, and sometimes, man, it's about who you're comfortable with, because you can get in there and train with somebody who majority of fans think has a brighter boxing mind than the people you're with. And Kevin Berry that dude's no slouch. That dude went to the Olympics. Well, he lost to Holyfield that fight. He lost that fight, but he made it to the Olympics though, man. So this ain't some scrub he got, training him, but it's about being comfortable, and maybe Parker wouldn't be comfortable with somebody else. So this can be a match made in heaven for them, but that's up to JP, man. That's up to him. Some fighters thrive in them type of situations. They like hopping around from trainer to trainer. Somebody, perfect example, who's been in the headlines lately with his fishnet wearing ass, Oscar De La Hoya. Respect him as a fighter. His outside the ring things, but I did respect him as a fighter. But Oscar was known for that shit, jumping around from Manuel Stewart to this guy to that. You know what I mean? So Freddie Roach and all these guys. So it's about being comfortable, man. But I do think Duco is dropping the ball somewhat from the outside looking in. When they brought up, Fujimoto, and first they were hell bent that, there's going to be money there to make that fight. They're going, trying to give us all the reasons in the world. And a lot of us were sitting back like, man, that shit ain't going to happen. And then a few weeks went by and, we can't get it done because there's not enough money. It's like you were just hell bent 2 weeks ago telling us how there's money out there for that. And it wasn't, All right, so let me get to Miller. I got to make this quick, man. I tried to go live with my, trying to hold the camera up to my face. I'm in my little workout room. But it kept saying my connection was off. So had to do a black screen again. I was going to go live, like literally live with my face. But anyways, let me talk about Miller and Whyte really quick. Now, they're going back and forth in the media. Miller just came out and called Whyte a rotten bag of cabbage or some shit. They just going back and forth with the shit talk. I know in October last month, there's an article out the beginning of that month that Whyte came out and said Miller can't sell. He needs to fight him. And then Whyte went on to block him on social media platforms. I'm not sure if he still blocked him. But they've been going back and forth over the last at least solid 10 months, going back and forth talking shit. Miller is with Hearn, so there is no promotional issues. Should be an easy fight to make. Now, I do take into the fact that Whyte is the #1 rated contender at the WBC. I don't believe he's the mandatory as of yet. I'll read comments if there was something that came out clarifying that, but I know he is #1. So Wilder doesn't necessarily have to fight him next. And for the 100th time, to me, Whyte, Brazil, Miller, Ruiz Jr., you could pretty much put their name in a hat, close your eyes, and just feel around and pick out a paper, and then that's who he fights. That's my opinion about all them dudes. But just to go by some facts, Miller or Whyte is #1 by the WBC, but he's not the mandatory. Wilder could fight him, so he can say, hey, I fought a #1 contender guy. But to me, I think we get better as a buck for a fan if Wilder were to fight Brazil, because then that will almost, I'm not going to say will make Eddie, because Eddie's going to do what he wants, but it could kind of put Eddie in position where it's like, you know what? I got a hot fight on my hands right here. Whyte and Miller. They've built it up themselves. Both of the fan bases know each other. Now, I know Miller, he's signing with Hearn to get the payday, but he's not just talking about, I want AJ or nothing. And I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn discussed this with him. Well, I would think he discussed this with him. Possibility of fighting AJ, but on the other hand, on the flip side, you always got Whyte right there. You know what I mean? So I think for us fans, better for the buck. Now, obviously, we want the unification, Wilder versus AJ. I know that. But if things don't go like that, Wilder versus Brazil, and then that leaves Miller and Whyte to fight each other, then AJ can fight Parker, or he can try to figure out who else he wants to fight. I'm not sure what the WBA is going to do right now. I know they suspended Ortiz, so I'm not sure. And I know Usyk is getting ready to fight Char. I know Fresnekendo is not going to get in the ring with AJ. No disrespect to the old warrior, man, but that wouldn't be a good look. There's a few other people there at the WBA rankings. I don't have the rankings right in front of me, man. Black Fight Fan says Whyte blocked one of my subs for asking about Miller. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, it's his platform, yo, but I just don't get it, especially when you a shit talker yourself. That just kind of made me scratch my head like, damn, you talk just as much shit, or if not more, and you and you about to block him. So, and it's funny because just like I said, Last Money said, Whyte said that you guys can look the article up. Whyte came out and said that Miller doesn't sell, he needs to fight me. So I don't get it. Main Event Boxing Talk says Dimitrenko will be fighting Alonzo Butler. There you go, Big Zo. You've been calling for fights. Dimitrenko reignited his career with a knockout victory, first round stunner against Adrian Granat, a guy who I thought was a top 10 prospect. And when I put him in the prospect category, I was not putting him in there with Parker and Joshua. When I came out with that video, I didn't have those guys in there. I thought he was a legit top 10 type of heavyweight prospect. Shit, maybe even higher than that. I had him at that time I did that video. And what else I want to talk about? Vlad Sirenko. Yeah, he picked up a victory over Jamal Woods, and it was only his 4th fight. Sirenko is 22 years old. He is working with Ali Bashir. Shouts out to the OG, Ali Bashir. Man, he looks really polished for a 22-year-old, man. Now, I know you look at the level of opposition, it's like, well, shit, anybody can look polished, but just his movements, the patience, the way he got his guards up. He knocked one dude all out on the back foot, hit him with a sharp left hook the dude never seen coming. It's just little things you can see where it's like, yeah, that dude was polished. No, you're not going to be polished making those type of movements and catching pitch like that. You got to be, that comes down to sparring, a lot of drills. You can just tell he's polished. Now, we'll see what happens when he steps up, but he's another young one. And that's the thing, man, with this new class of heavyweights that I'm noticing. You guys check out my prospect playlist. I've done close to 85 prospects I think I've covered. But, yeah, the thing about this new class is either they're very young, 21, 22 years old, or the other guys who are a little bit older, they made the Olympics. They were Olympians, and medalists. Herkovic, Daichko, or Herkovic, I'm sorry. One of the Romanian subscribers told me how to pronounce it. Herkovic, Daichko, Yoka, Joyce, experienced as hell in the amateurs. You know what I mean? And then you got guys who are really young who probably didn't make the Olympics, but they got a few hundred fights under their belt, and they're really young, man. You know, so, and there's a lot of them out there. You guys go check out that playlist, man. If I start naming people, I'm going to forget. There's about literally about 80 prospects out there. And some will fall. You know, everybody's not going to win the title. Some will fall, but there's definitely, out of that litter, we're going to see who the hardest pit in the litter is. That's really all I want to talk about, man. I want to make this short. I want to get a quick workout in, man. So yeah, for those of you who is your best at the moment, Mr. Boxing? You talking about prospects? I'm trying to catch up to these comments. You talking about prospects or just best heavyweight? And for the commenter, Chin Up, if you join, man, I'm gonna go because I know I left a message to you today saying I'm gonna cover that Joshua versus Wilder in detail. I'm gonna go over the strength, weaknesses, what I see, the height, or not. Well, yeah, the height, the reach, the athleticism, the weight difference. I'm gonna go over everything in detail on the next hangout, man. Dubois, the man, says, Mr. Annecy. Yeah, man, a lot of potential. Kid has a lot of potential. Top 5 heavyweights right now. AJ, Wilder, Povetkin, Ortiz, Parker. And if Tyson Fury is around and available, I'll definitely have him in there too. I don't know who I'll take out, but those guys right there. Somebody says Ortiz versus Povetkin. St. Cruiser says Ortiz versus Povetkin. Juice heads fight. and when I say top 5, I'm talking about just what I see, the guys who they've beaten, and just comparing them to the other, fringe contenders, guys who are contenders, the up and coming prospects, just what I see right now as of today. That's how I'm breaking it down. Somebody says, did you see what Chisora was doing to Fury in the first fight? I don't know if y'all talking to me or not. Whatever happened to Fast Hands Eddie? You talking about Eddie Chambers? Last time I seen Eddie, man, if you're talking about Eddie Chambers, last time I seen him, he fought Jarrell Washington. Briggs versus Fury. Rayshawn Hudson, what's the deal, man? Briggs versus Fury, I got Fury in that one. But shit, from seeing what he looks like, who knows what he'll come into the ring like? You know what I mean? I don't think Briggs would have to worry about being KO'd early. But what I think Briggs will have to worry about is tiring down the stretch. Even if Fury is a little bit out of shape, he just keep his distance and just work a jab. But shit, man. I don't know, man. Steve Cunningham, I just can't erase that out of my memory. Now, Fury got up and did what he had to do. He finished Cunningham. But Cunningham put him down with a good right hand. I just can't erase that. I'm not one of them dudes, man, just going to erase that type of shit. That did happen. So I think Briggs has a puncher's chance. But I think Fury would probably stop him just on work rate and just pushing Briggs down the stretch with a work rate and getting him out of there. One of them stoppages where it's just too much. It's just too much for him to defend. One of those type of stoppages. Best heavyweight, Mr. Boxing. The best heavyweight. It's hard to say. If I did a rankings right now, I have Anthony Joshua ranked number 1. But how can I really come up with the best heavyweight when there's 7 dudes undefeated running around? You guys, I mean, I can tell you some shit, but I just don't. Nah, these dudes got to fight first. But if I'm doing a rankings, I'll have Joshua number 1. And I'll have Wilder right at number 2. But as far as like who's the best in my opinion, I don't know. I like certain things from all of them. You know what I mean? So it's like if I was to form Voltron or something, I can take something from everybody. And I know you probably like, man, quit sitting on the fence. But I just really don't. I don't know who the best. That's why I want all these motherfuckers to fight. So then I can come out with a definite answer. Tyson Fury's retired. Yeah, I know he's retired, but Fury, man, that's why I'm not super duper excited about this new footage he put up, because he did this shit to us what 8 months ago when he did this, and I was posting all the Instagram videos and shit, and then that dude ain't never came back. Then he disappeared, and then now he back. You know what I mean? So like fucking Candyman. As he says, Usyk does not belong in heavyweight. Sorry. Um. Well, Usyk did fight in the World Series of Boxing, bro, and he dominated the super heavyweights. Dominated them. Junior Fa, all them dudes. Dominated them. Footwork, man. You can't hit what you can't see, man. Do I expect Usyk to stand there and trade bombs? No. I expect him to do what's gotten him to this point in his career. Movement, fight when the other guy isn't trying to fight, good activity, good defense, good head movement. If he can work that, he got these big dudes missing all night. Put it like this, man. Wilder went in there and sparked Spilka, right? I actually had, now, judges had it different. That's cool. I had Spilka winning 4-3-1 going into that ninth. He wasn't whooping Wilder's ass. He was just doing little subtle things, making Wilder think. Wasn't really much going on. And the action that was going on, I thought Spilka was getting the better of it. But then Wilder does what he do. He he gave him that NyQuil treatment, man. Put his ass right to sleep. But put it like this. I think Usyk can do what Spilka did and even better. Now, can he hold up when he start getting tagged? I don't know. But maybe in a few years, we may see Usyk up at heavyweight. Maybe in 2 years. It's not all about just how big you are, man. Good footwork, head movement, experience, combination punching. And Usyk has been in there and he sparred Klitschko a lot of rounds. So if he was some scrub, I'm sure when he was with Bashir wouldn't have been putting him in there with Klitschko. So I wouldn't count him out, man. I'll put it like that. Do I think he can become heavyweight champion? Hey, him and Parker would be a good fight right now. Him and Parker would be a good fight right now. Chi-Town Guru says, when or what day are you doing the comparison between Wilder and Joshua? I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it done this week, man. But that will be the next video that I do. I mean, I can go off the top of the head on it, but I want to write down all my talking points and then go from there with it because I don't want to forget anything. I want it to be very detailed. It may be a long-ass video, too. Shouts out to y'all that stick through these streams, man. I appreciate the views. Even if you come and just catch me for about 15 minutes, man, that's cool too. 10 minutes, that's cool. Just tuning in and just respecting my opinion. I appreciate that, man. Magnetic Shamal, peace, fam, was good, man. Bad Bart was good. Hey, Mr. Boxing, who do you like? And hey, Bellew. I'm going with Bellew. Going with Bellew in that fight. I talked about that on the first episode. I'm going to end this in a minute here. Nelson Taylor, what's up, man? He says, do you think that Joshua needs to work on his stamina? Do you think he has too much muscle that tires him out? If Big Baby Miller fights him, I do not think he stands a chance. I'm going to get to all that, Nelson Taylor, on the next one. I'm going to break down as thorough as possible. From my opinion, I'm going to break down Wilder versus Joshua on the next one, man. So I don't want to make this one too long. Dave Magar said, if Povetkin becomes Parker's mandatory, who wins that fight? Povetkin and Parker. Ooh. I think Parker has a better chance than people are giving him. Based on what Takam was doing and what Ruiz was doing, I think Povetkin will give those same types of looks. And I think Parker is more equipped now to deal with those type of looks, rather better than him going in and, let's say, fighting Povetkin a year ago. But now that he's been in there with Ruiz and Takam, again, guys who have those type of looks, shorter guys can bob and weave a little bit, quick combinations up close, both have good chins. You guys get what I'm saying? He's getting a little bit more experience with that type of style. I'm not saying they fight just like Povetkin, but those same type of looks. So I think he has a really good chance of beating Povetkin. Povetkin has some vicious overhand rights. He's a good in-fighter. He can throw his combinations best at close range. But if you put some punches and put some combinations on Povetkin and pressure him, look what Marco Huck was able to do. Although Povetkin got the victory, look what he was able to do. Look what a jab does to him. I know that Parker doesn't have the same type of jab as Vladimir Klitschko, And I know Klitschko's doing a lot of holding, but he was landing some good shots on Povetkin too. That's another thing about that Povetkin Vlad fight. People, oh, he should have been got some points. Yeah, yeah, but he was also hurting Povetkin too. It wasn't just he was getting held all. Well, he was getting held all night, but he was getting hurt too. Just put it that way. He was getting hurt too by clean punches. Answer a few more, man, and I'm gonna get off. Spilker's career is over. Wilder took that. Yeah, Wilder took it, and then Adam Konowski put a stamp on it a few months ago. Yeah, Wilder, Nelson Taylor, Wilder, Brazil wouldn't be a bad fight. Wouldn't be a bad fight. Faraz says, bail you, dog. I don't know about that, fam. We'll see, bro. I gotta maybe D Style will pop up in the comment section. But I got a bet with D Style, man. But it's not just the bet though. It's just the fact that I think David Haye is really overlooking Bellew. Like he almost comes off like he's offended that he lost. Well, I understand him being mad, upset. He's a competitor, but he has his mindset like, as he said, oh, we think you're gonna rob the bank twice? It's like, hey, you do know you're human, bro. Like, first of all, I don't trust his body. I don't trust his Achilles. And I'm not even going by the rumors that surfaced. I was thinking this before that. That's why when the rumors came out, I was like, damn, I hope I didn't jinx the dude by, wishing it into or speaking it into existence. But I don't trust David Haye's body. He can have, and it's not about muscles and, oh, he has a six pack. Damn, all that. I don't trust his gas tank. Once he start missing those big heavy shots, you're gonna get tired. I don't care who you are, man. You start missing looping hooks and looping uppercuts and lead, hooks, and you're gonna get tired, man. And this isn't the same David Haye. Again, like I said, man, if this was 2010, 2011, I got David Haye by knockout, 100 times out of 100. But this David Haye, this Mark Demore and Arnold Jarrell, Jai, David Haye, I don't trust this David Haye, man, and I don't trust his body. Some people may trust David Haye's chin more than they trust Bellew's, and that's fair enough. But even when he was tagging Bellew stood up. He stood upright, and he took it. And that dude has the confidence going into this fight. I watched him train. He's taking this shit serious, man. He was already looking fast and pretty sharp a few weeks ago. So he has that, and plus he has that edge of, you know what, I fought you before, man. All this talking ain't going to do anything because I fought you before and my hand got raised at the end. Whether your Achilles got ruptured or not. Now, I understand he fought on one leg, but again, battle of attrition. That ain't Bellew's fault. And then that's one of them injuries where it was like a non-contact injury, right? Those are the worst. Where, it wasn't like they, got into a clinch and they, fell to the canvas or nothing like that. Just, a non-contact. So hopefully he make it through training camp, man. But I just don't trust David Haye right now, man. Rainy Young Boss says, Mr. Boxing, what's your thoughts on Dave Allen? I think he's a gatekeeper journeyman. I spoke on him before, man. For Dave Allen, man, I thought it'd been good for him he should have started his career on that, 15 to 20 fight type of thing and then step up and try to fight like a Dillian Whyte or somebody like that. But yeah, man, he's going to turn into gatekeeper status because they keep throwing him in there tough. And I know you guys may say, hey, you're being a hypocrite. You like when guys are thrown in tough. Yeah, when the top 10 dudes, but not when you're trying to just, break through. David Allen's still trying to break through in his career. He's still having trouble with Leroy Thomas and guys like that. You know what I mean? But, he's willing to get in there with anybody. If they told me he had to fight if they told Allen he had to fight Deontay Wilder next month, he'll be ready. So unfortunately for him, he is kind of turned into gatekeeper, Zone 6, what it do, man? What it do? Fair Shake, what's good, Shake? He says Joe Joyce really impressed me in his last fight. He can really stick and move. Yeah, man, and I agree. People's getting on me from my post-fight saying, oh, what the hell did you see? He's slow and plotting. And, man, I love talking about this topic. When people say somebody's slow at heavyweight, I always scratch my head because I say, dude, he's 6'6", 2. Say, oh, in today's era, he wouldn't have what? he would have went in there and danced squares, circles, and triangles around these dudes in the ring and stuff jabs in their face. That's a different topic, but man, people underestimate movement, getting out of the way of punches. You know when guys are bigger, stronger, faster, if you make a miss, you ain't got to worry about all that. Head, like, to me sometimes, man, the basics get overlooked. I don't think people understand how important it is when you move your head, how that can take you a long way in this game. Just my opinion, though, man. I understand people are very infatuated with power. All right, now it sounds bad. Let's get real bad, man. I'm gonna end it right here, y'all. Appreciate y'all joining in, man.